Ew.
Welcome to All Things Weddings.
Kimberly, I don't know about you, but cakes might be my favorite part of weddings.
It's mine too. Well, it's a good thing then that even with how weddings have changed over the years, the cake remains a staple in the wedding celebration.
Not only that, but they're ever evolving, and today we're going to be breaking down the top trends we're seeing for wedding cakes in 2021.
Even for couples opting for smaller celebrations and mini-monis, cake cuttings aren't going anywhere. According to the 2020 Knott's Real Wedding study, 86% of couples had a cake cutting ceremony last year.
That's a lot.
I know.
For a lot of couples, keeping a cake and a cake cutting ceremony represents a sense of normalcy.
As much as I'd love an entire layer to myself, and I definitely could eat it, couples are instead opting for a 1 or 2 layer cake for the traditional cake cutting experience, and providing mini cakes for each guest or pod attending the wedding.
This way, everyone at the wedding still gets to enjoy the experience of a wedding cake while making sure that the experience is sanitary and safe for guests and vendors.
The mini cakes can also double as the perfect party favor, which makes the labor-intensive cakes more cost-effective for the couple.
If mini cakes don't fit your vision, a pre-wrapped individual dessert portion of your favorite sweet just might.
We've been seeing the trend towards offering cake alternatives for years now, with couples adding cupcakes or candy bars to their wedding in addition to their cake. In fact, the 2020 Real Weddings study tells us 53% of couples provided guests with a dessert other than a cake last year.
It also allows couples to add personalized touches, such as using their favorite flavor of cookie with the date of the wedding spelled out in frosting.
Or jelly donuts as a throwback to the first breakfast they ever shared together. I would really love that.
Yeah, that would be very cute. I hate jelly donuts, but still cute.
Jumping back quickly to cutting cakes.
We're always going to have a cutting cake.
Of course. What are those looking like in 2021, Hoops?
We're seeing a move towards purposeful twists on designs with elements specific to the couple incorporated directly into the decorations.
Couples and vendors are working together to help pull out what represents them and finding a way to incorporate that into the design, such as flowers that represent their hometowns or using a cake topper that could be passed down through generations.
2021 is also the year of cakes incorporating hand-painted and edible art.
Now that's cool. At that point, I don't even know if I'd be able to eat the cake. It's just too beautiful.
That's the best part about edible art. Not only does it look amazing, it tastes amazing too.
We're also seeing a trend in textured accents on cakes in 2021.
This is where vendors are really able to stretch their legs and do something creative and out of the box, and we are absolutely here for it.
For many, lockdown ended up being a really creative time and allowed for experimentation with different materials and techniques that they're now bringing to their wedding cake designs.
And the experiments aren't just about how it looks. We're also seeing experiments with the taste, including the use of aromatics or herbs to create an overall sensory experience for the couples and guests.
But no matter what you want your cake to look, smell, and taste like, couples are still making it a priority because tradition lives on.
It doesn't matter if you're getting married at City Hall, your own backyard, or a traditional venue. Having a wedding cake fits every type of celebration.
Couples still enjoy going through the ritual of cutting the cake and taking that first bite into the next phase of their lives together. And that doesn't have to change, even if the rest of the wedding does.
So even if it seems silly to have a whole cake just for 2 people, if the tradition is important to you, go for it.
Plus, cakes fare very well in the freezer.
They definitely do, which reminds me of one of my favorite cake-related wedding traditions, which is eating the top layer of your cake on your first anniversary. My older sister did it.
I honestly don't know if I could wait that long to eat the cake.
You know, Kimberly, get 12 pieces and eat 1 every month.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
Thanks for checking in and hearing everything there is to know about wedding cake trends in 2021.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments if and how you're planning on incorporating cakes into your wedding this year.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.